Hey guys, welcome back. As many of you know, I had the privilege of filming a television show where I got to help 11 families transform their lives and their homes through decluttering and organization. And in this video, I'm gonna share my favorite organizing tips from every single episode. If you haven't had a chance to check out the show, you can watch it now on Discovery Plus. They are streaming both the first and entire second season. Also, you can see lots of before and after and behind the scene pictures on my Instagram feed. So I'm gonna put a link to that down below. I wanna thank the Container Store, of course, for graciously donating all of the products. So if you're curious about where something came from, I'm gonna put a link down below to all of the products that are featured on the show. Now for my favorite tips. In the first episode, we did 2 basements and a bedroom, and these transformations were insane. I feel like these are the biggest before and after when it came to clutter transformations. They turned out so beautiful. The closets were like swoon worthy. All of the jewelry was hung on the wall because they're visual organizers. So many things I loved about this episode, but my favorite organizing tip was not even featured in the show, and that is compromising between a visual and a hidden organizer using frosted containers. A frosted container is see-through enough for a visual organizer so they know what's inside. They don't have that out of sight, out of mind anxiety, but it's hidden enough, it's frosted enough that a hidden organizer doesn't feel stressed out by seeing all of the stuff. In the second episode, we did a basement transformation and 2 office spaces, one for a butterfly and one for a bee, and an attic. It was a lot going on in here. I absolutely loved doing office spaces for visual organizers, showing how you can hang paper storage on the wall, because when it comes to paper, horizontal is hidden and vertical is visual. So you want to be able to see your paper and have it on the wall. I loved that tip. But I think my favorite organizing tip was probably the board games. I'm a board game lover, and as a hidden organizer, I don't love all the different color boxes and all the different size boxes. So you can take a board game and put it inside beautiful letter boxes and make it part of your decor. This is a bit of an investment, but a board game you keep forever. This is a way to make your board games organized, functional, and beautiful. In the third episode, we did an entranceway, we did a dining room, and we did a walk-in closet. So many things to love about this episode. I absolutely love using big, deep fabric bins in closets for clothing, especially if you're like me and you don't fold. You can toss things in, sweaters, pajamas, whatever it is, and still not see it because they're really nice and deep, and they have a little label on the front. So it's perfect organization for us macro organizers. But I think my favorite tip of all was definitely, it's so simple, but it's storing things where you use it. In the entranceway, there was actually a pantry. So we moved the food into the kitchen and we created a landing zone because every home needs a landing zone, but the homeowners were really nervous keeping keys and wallets as soon as you walk in for security reasons. So we found a way to hide it in the landing zone in this cute little shelf that opens up. Because you need to store things where you use it. No more lost keys, no more missing wallets. In the fourth episode, we did a craft room and a basement transformation. This craft room was so beautiful, and the basement is pretty much my dream come true with all the hidden ladybug storage. There was a hidden bar behind wall panels that opened up. There was a hidden office and a hidden playroom. But honestly, my favorite tip was the craft room. It was using a pegboard to turn an entire wall, floor to ceiling, into storage. When most people think about pegboards, they think about tools in a garage, but there's no reason why you can't use this in a craft room, a laundry room, even a kitchen, to store the things that you use every day, especially if you're a visual organizer. Using a pegboard to turn an entire wall into storage, it's cost effective. It's a really functional way to get organized, but most of all, it can be really beautiful too. In the fifth episode, we did a crazy kitchen makeover. We knocked down a wall, we made it huge, open concept, beautiful kitchen, and we also gave them some storage in the basement because they loved bulk shopping. I tried to get them to give up bulk shopping, but it wasn't happening. So we created storage for all of those extra bulk items. But my favorite tip was, it's really simple, but it was the pantry. I am obsessed with this pantry, and using bins inside a pantry is so amazing for taking advantage of that vertical space. You can store so much more food in a pantry if you're using a bin. Prepackaged snacks, rice, pasta, all of these things, when they go up in a bin, you can fit 3 times more. And plus, it makes your pantry look as beautiful on the inside as your kitchen does on the outside. In the 6th episode, we did a beautiful kitchen makeover. We also did a basement and a dining room. I think this was my favorite episode by far. So much beautiful storage in this kitchen, soft green cabinets. I never thought of green kitchen, but it turned out so good. We decanted everything for this Cricut in beautiful white jars. So inside the pantry wasn't just functional, it was absolutely breathtaking. In the dining room, we gave lots of visual storage for the bee homeowner. But honestly, my favorite organizing tip in this episode is toy storage. Toy storage is a lot like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. You have to get it just right. If you're using a toy box, that's too big. It's too big of a category. And so kids have to dump everything out to find what they need, and they just end up making a huge mess. If you use a lot of small containers, it's too many categories for little kids. And when it comes to putting things away, they're not going to take the time to sort things into lots of little bins. And so again, it's just going to end up a mess. The secret is medium-sized sorted bins. That's when you have storage for toys that's just right. It's categories like cars, dolls, blocks, sports, dress up, big categories in medium-sized containers, and hopefully you're adding picture labels so that everything's really visual. This episode actually featured 2 different types of toy storage, but it's not about the container, it's about the size of the category. Having these sorted bin systems in medium-sized categories is the holy grail of toy organization, and it's how you as a parent can stop picking up after your kids and finally have a manageable toy system that stays tidy for good. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're feeling really inspired to do a little organizing. You may have watched this video and thought, must be nice. Must be nice to have a Cass come in and do it for me, and a Wendell to build amazing stuff like hidden secret doors. But the truth is, the biggest transformations that these families had was that they let go, was that they decluttered their stuff and discovering their organizing style, what actually works for them. You don't need a Wendell, you don't need me, and you don't need a beautiful makeover to make a huge change in your house. All you need is to discover your organizing style, work with a system that actually works with the way you're naturally organizing your stuff, and just get started today. Let go and create homes for the things exactly where you use it. If you want to learn more about the products that we did use in the show, everything was donated by the Container Store, and I'm going to put a link down below to all of those products that we used. Thank you so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. You guys probably know by now I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac, and when I say a little bit, I mean I WebMD everything and constantly feel like I'm dying and manifest symptoms sometimes too. I gotta stay off the internet. But anyways, I wear a mouth guard at night because I'm feeling really stressed lately. I just have like pressure, a lot of pressure. So I've been clenching my jaw, and my dentist is like, yo bro, your teeth are getting kind of loose and you have a lot of wear, you gotta wear a mouth guard. Like a football player or whatever. Because I'm giving myself a sports injury in my sleep. When I wake up in the morning, if I don't wear it, I can hardly move my jaw. It hurts so badly. I'm also on like muscle relaxer medications at night. It doesn't matter. I clench, okay? I will bite something off in the middle of the night. So I woke up the other day and my mouth guard was gone. And I looked everywhere. I took the sheets off the bed. I moved the bed. I looked under the bed. I swore I swallowed the thing. I swallowed the thing. And you know I've had surgery, so I have like this little pouch stomach, and I was picturing that it was full of mouth guard. Maybe I chewed it up in little bits with my powerful jaw, which now has so muscular. It's like Hulk jaw, right? And I'm just imagining this mouth guard in my gut, and I full panic. And I tell my husband he has to take me to Emerge, and he's like, it's impossible to swallow a mouth guard. But is it more impossible that it just disappeared into thin air? That's more plausible, Joe? That like poof, it went to a different dimension because we tore everything apart looking for this mouth guard. I looked for over an hour, and then I started feeling pain in my stomach, which I knew was the mouth guard in there stuck, and I started like moaning in pain and freaking out. My kids were running in, what's wrong? I'm like, I swallowed my mouth guard and it's stuck in my pouch. I'm gonna have to have emergency exploratory surgery, and I'm losing it. And then Joe just bends down and it flung across the room on the floor. And I didn't swallow it, and immediately my phantom pain disappeared. And so I don't know if I'm crazy. But if you are also like this, if you get something in your head that you will like have some sort of illness, and then you start to feel the symptoms, it's just me. It's probably just me. Also, if you clench your teeth while you sleep, if you have any homemade remedies, I'm up to trying anything. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.